Hello YouTube, Liverpool fan in Japan here, the Miyazaki man, Sai. Look, I get it. We lost to Man United in the worst possible way. People are upset, people are frustrated. Rightfully so, but let me give you some perspective on why you may want to take it in your stride before you say something you regret. And especially all of the vitriol and hate towards Cody Gakpo is really unjustified. There are 11 players on the pitch. They all represent Liverpool FC. Klopp is the one who decided to turn to Cody Gakpo. What are the rest of the players doing? And Cody Gakpo didn't come on till 77 minutes, already in the lead. So no, Gakpo did not individually lose the whole match. And neither did the rest of the team. It was a team effort whether we win, and it's a team effort whether we lose. Of course, you can be frustrated at certain elements. For example, we're a little bit casual, keep ball, trying to draw them out. But sometimes you go to a game plan. So for example, you frustrate the crowd. Did you see Garnacho getting frustrated from an endless press where he never even got close to the ball, playing the triangles? How about the players who actually lost the ball, resulting directly in the transition for them to go and score the goals? I'm talking about Darwin Núñez and Harvey Elliott. Okay, they've been fantastic, right? But nobody in the team is absolutely innocent in the loss. You win together, you lose together, you enjoy the experiences together. And I can understand that for this season, of all seasons, we haven't lost very much. So when we do lose and you lose to your rivals, it really does hurt inside. But put it this way, right? At the start of the season, brand new midfield, and what are your expectations? We already won the EFL Carabao Cup final in the most amazing way with the kids, right? And that's exactly how we feel now, right? How Chelsea felt. Van Dijk, last minute goal, the headlines, the kids beat your £1 million flops or whatever. Sure, now we understand, right? Similar kind of feeling. On for quadruple, we got to this round of the FA Cup. We were favourites for the match, but Man United actually turned up and they played pretty well. And in the end, how many late goals did we score at Liverpool as a team? Think of all the other teams and how they felt when we did that, right? So we can celebrate those moments, but also you got to take them as well, because in any game of football, there's three possibilities. You win it, you lose it, or you draw, and you can't win all of them. Absolutely impossible to win all of them. I don't think any team anywhere in history of the world has won every single match, at least not at a professional or high level, right? And similarly, even the Arsenal Invincible season, they didn't win every single match. I'm sure in Europe or in the Cup they lost. So putting things in perspective, we're still favourites for the Europa League, which is the only trophy that Klopp hasn't won yet. We're still right up there in the Premier League, and it's a three-horse race, Arsenal, Man City and Liverpool. But Liverpool are one of only two teams who can get maximum points, because Arsenal face Man City in the very next match after the international break. So someone somewhere has to drop points, which means if we beat Brighton, we'll be one of the only two teams, alongside whoever wins, unless they draw, in which case they both drop points, to get the opportunity to win every single game there onwards, because we don't play Arsenal again and we don't play Man City again, right? But coming back to Cody Gakpo, let's put things in perspective and let's rewrite the story somewhat. Last season, he was a viable alternative to Darwin Núñez, who was still getting grips with the league. His pressing wasn't on point, his English wasn't totally good. Gakpo, in and himself, built the confidence. 2 goals against Man United. He is a viable option, maybe the pseudo Firmino, not a false 9, but more of a shadow striker, dropping deep, adding to the midfield. Klopp said he damaged his confidence to play him in the left centre mid, but we needed him there and he did the role admirably. Cody Gakpo himself admitted that he's a left winger. He is a left winger, wanting to cut inside, make crosses, cut inside, shoot across the ball. But we've been playing him as a striker up front and he's been doing his best. He's scoring some goals. He's got a pretty good shot, but sometimes his rushed kind of dribbles and decision making aren't on point. And this season he's been really struggling with confidence. But look at it this way, right? Last season he would have considered himself a viable alternative to Darwin Núñez, competing for the first team slot, the number 9, the striker up front, doing a different job for the team. But this season Darwin Núñez is undisputably number 9 for Liverpool up front. He's the one. How does that make Cody Gakpo feel? He's a backup, he's on the bench, which means the system is also designed to take all the attributes of Darwin Núñez and absolutely optimise the chances to get him to good positions. Darwin Núñez has helped himself by learning English, by pressing well, upping his game intelligence. Now that's something that a lot of people didn't think about Darwin Núñez last season, right? Game intelligence, but Darwin Núñez is involved in all the good phases of play, agent of chaos, creating hassle, but also there's this line ball that comes through the lines into Darwin Núñez because of his pace and physicality and endeavour to get onto the end of the ball. Really, we've catered the whole system to Darwin Núñez unlocking opposition for our team to progress high up the pitch and make something happen, because he's wild and very entertaining. But that means when Cody Gakpo does come in, we don't cater the system and the shape to really suit his attributes. How does he feel in that regard as well? He hasn't had a consistent run in the team. It's like the Kelleher effect or the Joe Gomez effect from previous seasons, where they got scapegoated as well, coming in from the cold into a system that's not predominantly designed for you. And people are saying he's out of shape, out of system. Yeah, because he's not on his left wing role that he preferred. And up front as well, the system is not designed to get him into goal scoring opportunities. The instructions are from the coaching team to get him into positions. Hopefully we can unleash his shooting attributes, back to goal, turn, shot, on the end of crosses, for example, even though he's not dominant in the air. Now, you look at his attributes. He's a talented player coming from Eredivisie. He's a good lad. He always buckles up in training. He speaks very, very well. A very mature head on his shoulders as well. Klopp, Linders, everyone speaks brightly of him as well. They have decided that he is the backup to Darwin Núñez, our first player turned to in the event that one of our forward players come off. It's Harvey Elliott on the right or Gakpo in the centre, left, or the right? And then you're playing with certain players like Lucho Diaz, who is an absolute dribbling monster, is the best ball carrier in our team. Mo Salah, who's the metric king as well. They don't always give Gakpo the service he needs, but then again, some people are saying Gakpo's not making a run. Gakpo's looking lazy. He's not pressing, not intelligent. But did you hear Klopp's words in the aftermath of the match? He thinks Cody Gakpo's twisted his ankle. Perhaps that's the reason why he's not doing those presses, those runs, because he's slightly injured. In which case, should we not have brought him off? This is a decision for Klopp. So you can't go back and say, oh, Gakpo's not good enough, or Gakpo shouldn't come on. Linders, Krawietz, Klopp, all of these guys see Gakpo in training every day, explain to him the tactics, and have chosen him to come on again and again as the first sub in a forward line on a match over and over again. They see something in him and they trust in him to do something. It's not about building his confidence. Of course you want to do that, right? But Klopp, in his final season, wants to win every game. They've backed his ability and his presence on the pitch to facilitate the function, and unfortunately it hasn't worked out. He hasn't made the right runs, his decision making has been a bit iffy, and he's low in confidence as well. But once again, it's hard to gain that confidence, and we don't have the opportunity to give him that confidence because of how prominent and how prolific Darwin Núñez has been this season, right? So step back into his shoes and think how he feels and what he's trying to do. Is he trying to overwork and be over ambitious when he comes on, or is he just struggling with confidence, doesn't know his exact role in the team, trying to do what he can within the minutes that he's got? I feel sorry for the lad. He's a talented young player, but he just doesn't have his position right now, and the team is not catered for him. And on the off chance that he does get, affected by all your negative comments, is that what you want for your Liverpool team? Is that what you want? The media and everyone bashing him, Carragher talking about some kind of slow-paced mindset. It's too fast, the Premier League for him. The whole game slows down when he's around. Doesn't do his confidence any good. If you're a Liverpool supporter, you back the man because he is one of our players. He's the first line of substitutes to come on for the forward line, and we're going to need him. We are going to need him and his goals for the rest of the season, and his presence in certain matches, even if he hasn't lit the world on fire, Europa League, Cups, etc., has given our forward line a rest, and we've still won, and we're in the position we are in because of all 11 players, or 22 players. Everyone on the squad is very, very important. We need to back the players at this kind of moment, even though you're frustrated about last night's result. However, you look at loads and loads of players, right? Remember when Gravenberch was getting the hate, all the media attention for Trent can't defend, Núñez can't hit a barn door with a banjo, absolute flop, waste of money, Curtis Jones will never amount to anything, sell him to Fulham or whatever, right? Surely, in the position that we're in, considering that we're fighting still for the Europa League, with a good draw as well, Atalanta and then Benfica or Marseille, for example, Premier League, we're right up there, and we will be right there at the end of the season, and we've got players coming back like Curtis Jones, Gravenberch having made the subs bench already, and other prominent players coming back very, very soon, Diogo Jota. You can't also forget that sometimes Jota's incredibly frustrating. I know we harp on about his finishing, he's clinical, he's a fox in the box, got a little silkworm dribble and all that kind of thing, but sometimes it's very frustrating. He does go missing, and if he doesn't finish the chances, sometimes he's completely off the game. He runs into dead ends and he can't worm his way through, and he just can't make an influence on the match. But obviously his pressing is very effective and his finishing is very effective, so you can't have selective memory. A lot of these players go up and down in form. They're still human, they're still players, they're all trying their best, representing Liverpool in a good situation, because we're still fighting on the two fronts as well. So it's at times like these, why do you need to scapegoat a player? Why do you need to absolutely crap on Gakpo? He's not having the best of times, he's not on form at the moment, he's not confident. He didn't massively contribute. In fact, perhaps some of the attacks broke down because of him, but at the same time, some attacks broke down because of Mo Salah's terrible touch. Some chances were fluffed by Darwin Núñez. Darwin Núñez squared the ball in extra time, probably through fatigue, and lost the ball. Harvey Elliott lost the ball. They counted on us. Why couldn't the defence stop it? Who knows? Why couldn't the midfield track back and stop it? Who knows? Why couldn't Kelleher stop it? It's the same as the other way around, right? That 5-on-2 situation, that's the one that's really depressed them and all that kind of thing. But actually, when you freeze frame that situation, a lot of players did the wrong thing there. When you have a numbers advantage on the break and the opposition are tracking back as well and you're flying forward, you can't just make a straight run. Conor Bradley also stopped. The ball could have been played to Darwin Núñez, but then what happens in the next phase of play? He could have squared it and hit an opposition. The opposition could have marked out his defensive lines. He could have tried a shot and Onana saved it. Even in a square ball, Onana could have saved it. There's no guaranteed goal there. If anything, no one made the horizontal lateral run to confuse the opposition, to create the clear opening for a player. Everyone ran in straight lines, which allows the Man United players to run in straight lines, the shortest route straight back to goal, and create a covering block to make Gakpo make a decision, right? Nobody took initiative to open the gaps for Gakpo to run in himself or to play the ball. So it's not all on Gakpo. All those players, except Darwin Núñez, I would say, is slightly at fault here. And the actual players that are making those runs as well, it wasn't always so clear cut for the guaranteed goal and the guaranteed tap in. This was not as easy or straightforward. Sure, he could have played it Darwin first time with pace running in behind, clear it left foot and square it. But at the same time, two players still could have had an impact in that phase of play and blocked it. Onana could have blocked it. Someone could have fluffed it. It could have bobbled on him and shot over the bar. Flashbacks to Trent Alexander-Arnold hitting the bar against Arsenal, right? That kind of thing. So for me, with my coaches and former players' mind on, what should have happened is Elliot should have run laterally, diagonally, to draw the defender to say, okay, Darwin and Elliot on that side. Bradley should have continued his run because Bradley's got the best delivery out of every player in that unit that's breaking forward. Bradley should have continued to run and been the man on the right-hand side to pick out, and then he'd cross it for tap in, or he can shoot across goal, which means if Onana spills it, people can bundle in from the back post as well, unless Onana pulls a worldie save or Bradley just misses a chance, right? That would have been the play, in my opinion, but it's not Gakpo's fault. Gakpo should have played it early. That gives you the maximum chance if you want a Núñez in behind. I think Núñez and Salah played balls early on the halfway line previously in previous games to get our player in and behind as well. Why does Gakpo not play the ball early? It's a lack of confidence or lack of vision, or the first touch isn't good enough. But Lucho Diaz also has a bit of that phobia as well. In fact, he cannot pick out Darwin Núñez for whatever reason. Darwin Núñez makes so many good runs off the shoulder, beat the man early ball. I can see it, you can see it on the TV. A player like Salah could probably see it. Salah cuts the lines beautifully, by the way. But Lucho Diaz just cannot slide a player in as easily or consistently as he should. He had one good ball to Salah in the previous games, but he must have missed maybe the last 10 chances to slide in Núñez or slide in another player. This is where the dedicated playmaker, the number 10, the one with the vision, the one with the tech, is the one that's always balanced and composed and in position to play the ball in behind, like a Juan Roman Riquelme or Pablo Aimar or Rui Costa or someone of that ilk, Kaká for example. In a split moment instance, ball control in behind. They already know to play the ball, where to play the ball, the run player's going to make before they receive the ball. Where someone like Gakpo and Lucho Diaz's first instinct, especially because they're both left wingers, right? According to Gakpo as well. Get the ball, open your body up, half moon shape towards the opposition goal, weigh up your options, beat him on the outside, beat him on the inside, can I get a shot away, that kind of thing. They don't think, get it, play the ball in behind. And perhaps that's something that we're missing in the team. Salah has transitioned into that kind of wide playmaker. Elliot can do it on occasion as well. McAllister's great at doing it. Endo's great at doing it. Even Szoboszlai struggles with that aspect. In fact, getting the ball on the touch, on the half turn, composed, balanced, low centre of gravity and playing the ball in behind. Maybe that's why we need a Florian Wirtz, for example, or that kind of ilk of player. But you can't blame Gakpo. He's the player that he is, and Klopp put him onto the pitch to do a certain function. So do not crap on him, because there's only one chance in a game that went to extra time. Why didn't we finish it beforehand? When we were on top, why didn't we punish them? Why didn't we go gung-ho and get that third goal for security blanket? There's a lot of what ifs. You can't live on what ifs. And sure, hindsight is an absolute great thing, right? We shouldn't have played Gakpo. We shouldn't have taken him off the bench. We should have done X, Y, and Z. We shouldn't have gone so strong against Sparta Prague. If anyone says that I want to retain Klopp, I want to change his mind, can Michael Edwards convince Klopp to stay? Klopp chose to go strong against Sparta Prague. Is it for the prize money, to get confidence against Man United, to get minutes in the leg, to get consistency in there? It's his decision. It's his choice. It's his substitutes. He laid down the plan for Sparta Prague. We won that one. He laid down the plan for Man United. We were close to winning that one as well. So you can't lay all the blame at the players. Most of it's on Jurgen Klopp, to be honest, right? The players didn't perform as he expected them, but he is the one that can influence which personnel is on the pitch. The instructions given to them, and then it's up to the players to deliver. They didn't deliver, but you can't absolve Klopp of blame either, because they're in together as a unit, as are we. We should be supporting them and understanding. So rather than look in hindsight and regret and play the blame game, we should do a lessons learned of what to do for the rest of the season. And this is only one game in a fantastic season so far. Individual mistakes cost us this game, not Man United brilliance. At the same time, our goals are slightly fortunate and lucky as well. And you can't discount that as well, because in Tottenham game, obviously we got screwed by VAR and PGMOL and ludicrous decisions. The only game that we legitimately probably deserve to lose is the Arsenal game, right? Sometimes you can get hit by a dodgy goal, a scrappy goal, but I think things have evened themselves out somewhat, because the late goal against Nottingham Forest by Darwin Núñez, the late equaliser against Luton by Lucho Diaz, we have scraped and pulled so many points from the brink, and our perspective and our attitude and our happiness and how well our week goes have been skewed slightly by the fact that we have had some luck, we have had some fortunate results, some things go our way as well, right? So we can't all doom and gloom. Sure, you can be upset, you can be depressed. It's Man United, we lost, we're out of the FA Cup, no quadruple, I understand, right? But I love this team, and Jurgen Klopp is the right man to lead our title charge. And if we win the Premier League at the end of the season, everything will be forgotten about this game. At least I hope it will be. If we win the Europa League and not the Premier League, it's still an achievement. Still 2 cups, still did pretty well against all odds, against referees, against bad decisions. Hopefully luck evens itself out. We get a really, really major call. But I hope it doesn't come to a major call, because I hope we just dominate and absolutely plaster the rest of the league for the rest of the season, because we are one of the only 2 teams that can win maximum points. And if we win maximum points, and if Man City beat Arsenal, for example, we win the league. There you go. And here's one thought to end on. In my youth, Old Trafford was a terrible place for Liverpool to go. Man United were an excellent team, and they would have been competitive, if not outperform us, every single matchup. And we would have been the underdog, the plucky underdog, who got a goal, a lucky goal, a Danny Murphy goal to win the game, and we would have celebrated like crazy. But nowadays, we absolutely dominate Man United. Sure, we haven't always won the match, but we should have won the match against Arsenal, who are also right there at the top of the league. We should have won the first match, right? We are absolutely right in there against the best teams in the world, because our team is fantastic, the coaching unit fantastic, the squad, even the backup players are really, really good. And we can honestly say every time we face Man United now, we expect to win, because we're so much better than them. Unfortunately, you can't win every game, and it's unfortunate we haven't beat Man United, right, on this occasion, and in the previous occasion in the league as well. We have one more chance to rectify it. 3rd time lucky, I don't know, but Klopp always wins the league with a Japanese player in his team, and we have Wataru Endo-sama. Didn't play particularly well this game, but looked a bit fatigued to me. I tell you what, a lot of Endo media and Endo coverage exclusive to Japan. When I get the new house built, and when I can dedicate some time to dedicated projects, I will try to translate some of the goodies for you, exclusive for you guys, my fans. Thank you for the support as always. Miyazaki Manichiban, I hope you like this video. Don't be too upset. We are out of the FA Cup, sure, but it can happen. It's unfortunate it happened against Man United and the way it happened, but we won the Carabao Cup. We're really doing good. We have a new season to look forward to. The news of the new manager is going to be very, very exciting. Michael Edwards is here to make sure we're steered clear for success for years to come, hopefully. Subscribe if you haven't already. Miyazaki Manichiban, Janet. Peace.